Hello and welcome to Devotion to Writing, a channel devoted to helping you cultivate a daily writing practice. I thought today I would just remind you of something I really deeply believe in, and that is that everybody can write. There is no doubt in my mind that this is true. I was just having dinner last night with a bunch of friends, and a large group of us at a table, and everyone had amazing stories to tell. They just rolled out of them spontaneously. Someone would ask a question and another story would pour out with characters and descriptions and conversations and a plot. And I think of this all the time, but we do this naturally as human beings. This ability to tell stories just happen. It doesn't just happen. It's just a natural ability. If I were to ask you, for example, ran into you on the street and said, "Tell me what happened to you yesterday," you could instantly sift through the random events from yesterday, organize them, organize all the people and the chance encounters, the experiences that you had, and your own place within those experiences, including your thoughts, your feelings, the weather, smells, dialogue, and you could tell a story about your unique yesterday. Without hesitation, you could tell me this beautiful story. This ability to fashion stories is universal. It is shared among human beings. It is our inheritance. But something happens when we introduce the blank page or the blank screen. And I don't quite know what that is. I think it is a lot of overthinking. I think it is getting too mentally, just getting too mental about it. That it stops us. We get stricken at the page. We don't know where to begin suddenly. We don't know how to tell the story. We have trouble ordering the events. Everything seems to get jumbled in our minds. And it doesn't have to. It does not have to. When you speak a story, you're not paralyzed. Again, if I were to ask you what happened yesterday, you're not like, and don't know where to begin. You can tell. What happens in telling, as opposed to on the page, is that in telling, we always do. We allow ourselves to tell it. And it is in the telling that the story unspools. And if we miss a detail, we simply circle back and get it for our listener, for our audience. We allow ourselves to take tangents. We take detours. Oh yeah, I met so-and-so. You remember him. Let me tell you about him. And we tell you this whole story. And then we come back to the main story. We seamlessly introduce memories and reflections. And yet, when we get to the page, it seems we struggle to remember how to do this, or we struggle to organize it, because I think we struggle with the flow. We come to the page and we don't let the story unfurl. We don't let it just come out, or a poem just come out. We have, we have a block about it. How am I going to tell it? We start to ask just because we're writing it down. Well, try just writing the story the way that you are telling, the way in which you think. It just unfurls from you. Instead of the way you think it should be written or how it should be told. Because how it should be told is often, or how we think it should be told, or how we think it should be written, is often based on, other things we've read, or what we believe writing should be, or a good piece of writing is, or we compare it to some writing that we have read. And also, it's based on what we believe we can say or how we can say it. So we don't tell a story to friends at the dinner table thinking, oh, where am I going to begin? What techniques or elements of craft? What diction? What voice should I use? No, we just start to speak naturally, and it comes out. The story comes out because it is natural to us, and we are naturally storytellers. So story making, again, is just, it's basic to us, but it's more than that, really. It's a survival. It's for our survival that it grew. We have to be able, we had to be able in our human history to convey vital information in detail, quickly and succinctly. This and this ability, it shouldn't abandon us just because we get to the page and then we're trying to write it down. We still have, in fact, it doesn't. We still have the ability. It's just that we get to the page, again, we start to overthink it. We get in our own way, and we don't just allow ourselves to tell the story on the page. Tell the story through writing and let it unspool naturally, because we think writing has to be different than telling, but it isn't. You can write as you speak. At least do it in your drafting. And if you want to go back and add elements that make it, I don't know, sound more writerly, or certainly we add elements like repetition and metaphor and things like this all the time that we might not think of immediately. But I'm saying just write, and write quickly. Write what comes, let it fly. The words, let them announce themselves as they do when you are in conversation, when you're just casual and telling a story and, oh yeah, I remember that. Let all of that happen on the page, and you can then go back and craft it later. But in the drafting, let it flow. Let yourself be in conversation. Let yourself be in conversation with the page. There is, in fact, a conversation happening between you and the page. You are telling a story to the page or to the computer screen. The page is just standing in for a friend or for your audience. The page is therefore the medium, like the air is your medium when you're having a conversation. The page is the medium that carries your words. And unlike the air, however, in which words and sounds just, dissipate rather quickly, the page can hold your story for a long, long time. And maybe that's also part of our apprehension at writing, is we feel that when we commit something to the page that it is there, like it's chiseled into stone. That's a fear we kind of have to get over, but it is a real one for writers. So keep that in mind. Try to write like you're having a natural conversation, like you're telling a friend a story. And so here's a prompt that kind of goes along with this, as I alluded to earlier. Tell me what happened to you yesterday. That's the prompt. Tell me what happened to you yesterday, and try to capture just a natural speaking voice in your writing. Sure, there are techniques that writers use to tell stories. You can add those in revision, but today, first, just let the telling happen. The telling is always a good place to start. Just tell it. If you don't know what you're going to write, just start to tell it, and the telling will reveal it. And in the telling, you will be cultivating a daily writing practice, and you'll be getting more comfortable coming to the page. So, as always, I'd love to see what you wrote if you do this prompt, and I hope that you will. Share it with me. You can put it in a comment, or you can send it to me privately in a message. I always enjoy reading what you come up with. It's a joy for me, honestly. So feel free to do that. And also, I invite you to check out Devotion to Writing. It's my new website. I mean, I've had it for a while, but now it's just been redone. I think it looks terrific. And there you can find other opportunities, other ways that Devotion to Writing might support you in your cultivation of your writing habit. So I thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate your audience. I hope that you write deeply today. I know that if you do write, you will write beautifully, because beautiful is what you are. Blessings.